love you, BMW. Surrounded by gum trees and koala bears. I actually believe he's trying to drive that thing as fast as he can. I'm in second gear, going on a Sunday cruise. I'm in love again. You got any bread? Ah. Well, guess what? I am doing the bread and milk run on the MR. And here's a fellow BMW. It's good. And I found something really sus on the Beamer just now. I just filled up. I was just feeling, I've been riding it, let's just say, in a more appropriate way for this machine. Just noticed the front end, the front felt quite lighter than normal. A few, wobbles I hadn't experienced before, and just found out why. My steering damper that I had fitted by Tubo is hanging in the breeze. It is hanging in the breeze. It is unscrewed, and there's a bit of rust inside the screw holey thing, which tells me it's been unscrewed for a while. Now, I don't know if those things come loose on their own, or if that's been tampered with. Ah, yes baby. Okay, I admit it's awesome. I have had an epiphany about the MR, an absolute epiphany. I have been riding this bike in the wrong environment. I've got to say, I have been riding it in the wrong environment. I've been commuting in, as you guys have seen, back-to-back traffic, and complaining about it being boring. Well, that's on me. Yep, that is entirely on me, and you're all right. You must be sick of my whinging about the personality of this bike in such an environment. So I've now started, I've got a different mindset. I'm only going to ride this bike when the environment suits. And that's days like today. And it's awesome. It's awesome. The whole power delivery and the way this engine works, when you just give her a few revs and a bit of freedom, it's what it's all about. And I admit it, it's amazing, particularly in the right environment. And I'm even getting little wheelies, which is cool. But I don't worry about that steering damper. Now, these bikes don't come with a steering damper, so no great worry. I mean, it's just back to stock basically. But the damper is literally just hanging. It's just hanging. Right, it's not screwed in, so it's ineffective. Because I was noticing the bike was particularly light-footed and a little wobbly on the hard acceleration. Nothing crazy, but wobbly than I was used to. That is why. Because I had the damper on it from the start. I had Pro Cycles install that steering damper before I picked the bike up, so it's always had it. So now I'm noticing it for the first time with a bit of wobbles, and that was a complaint people made about it. Stock, they said, oh, it's got some wobbles. Well, actually it does, and I've noticed it for the first time because steering dampener ain't on, which tells me that's a great steering damper. That bi-turbo system works well on the bike. I just wonder though if the reason it came off, so I just wonder whether or not it didn't actually fit this bike perfectly. And it's for the S1000R, and I just wonder whether or not they made it fit, and maybe as a result of that it's come loose. I don't know. I'm going to ask Pro Cycles a bit more about that. when I see them. For now though, I want to tell you I'm back in love with this. I know, look, I've diagnosed my problem. I'll tell you about it in just a second. Oh yeah, way lighter there. That front wheel is, that's, the whole steering is just, you feel it, yep. Yeah. I wonder what else has been unscrewed on my bike. Better double check. I'll take it in for a service. I've diagnosed my problem. I have been, well firstly, about a week and a half ago, I took the Beamer out. I've been riding the Hyper, the Multi and the Street Fighter. I took the Beamer out for a ride one night actually, and I just had the most enjoyable ride. I was riding home actually from somewhere, and I had a brilliant ride. I was just thoroughly engaged in the whole thing. It was so good. And look, I just fell back in love with it, and I thought long and hard as to what was going on. I've been riding big bore V4s basically for about 12 months, longer, 18 months, and thoroughly enjoying that, you know, low down torque that they give you, and mid-range, like really enjoying that element of the V4s. And I kind of got addicted to that, you know, with the Tuono and the Street Fighter, the Multi, and even the Hyper, the Twin, you know, it's such good low down response. I just got addicted to that, and I found when I'd get off those bikes onto this, I just found that inline 4 thing a bit too benign, and I was riding this bike in the same way that I was riding those, you know, with smaller throttle. Oh geez, that's not good. Smaller throttle, there's a massive bit of shingle there. Smaller throttle openings, and lucky I saw that shingle, because if I had turned in there, I would have been in trouble. Just come straight off the back of a ute. Tradie. Oh no! Back off, you dickhead! What the fuck? Anyway, yeah. So I'd come off the big bore V4, and onto this, and I'd be comparing them, and I'd ride this in the same way, and that led me to the conclusions that I was making about this bike. But I was not being fair to this bike. I was riding this in the wrong way. And anyway, the other night I got on, I had a thoroughly enjoyable ride where I was in a really good mood and feeling, you know, confident on the bike, and I let rip, and it was just amazing, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And so I've been riding it a fair bit more, and I'm loving it, man. I'm just riding it differently, riding it way more aggressively actually, not in an unsafe way, but just I'm taking control of the bike, and I'm riding it like it's supposed to be ridden, rather than being lazy on it like I have been with the V4s, and I'm loving it again. So you've just got to make the adjustment mentally first when you get on this bike after being on the V4s. This bike's not slower than those, and it's actually not less fun. You just got to ride differently, and man, it's so good. BMW, so good. You've got to really ride it like it's supposed to be ridden, and that is own it, commit to it. But if you potter around with lazy throttle like I've been doing on the V4s, on this it's benign, and that's to be expected, and I suppose it's actually a positive, because this bike, unlike the V4s, can be ridden in a benign way. Bugger. Yeah, so I've had a bit of a rebirth of sorts with this machine, and I'm enjoying it again immensely, and have no intention of getting rid of it. I was thinking about it. In fact, about 3 weeks ago, I was on bikesales.com.au and I was halfway through writing an ad. I had gone through, I was putting an ad on for sale to sell this, and I got to the photos section and I didn't have enough up-to-date photos of the bike, and the bike was actually at a different location. I didn't have it, so I couldn't go and take photos. And so I thought, oh bugger it, I'll have to wait a couple of days and get the bike back and take photos, and I never did. And I'm bloody glad that I just let it go, because that would have been a mistake. I would have regretted that. And look, I had a theory on why this, I've got a new theory on why this bike belongs in my portfolio, which I'm going to share in a minute, but I just want to get away from this traffic. I'll be right back. Okay, the reason this bike belongs in my portfolio is because you've got to have an inline 4 in your portfolio. You have to have one. Well, I do. And if I have to have an inline 4 in my portfolio, I want to have the best, most fun inline 4. And that's this. And so, if I have to have an inline 4, I want an inline 4 in the portfolio, I want to have the best one, the one that's most fun, and that's this. So unless there's a better inline 4 out there, why would I sell it? That's how I resolved my conflict. That is how I did it, okay? And I'm really, really glad about it. I'm glad I resolved my conflict. Now, speaking of conflict, double wide lines, 80k zone, this guy's doing 50, and I can't pass him because I'm not allowed, so I have to wait for him to pull over. Well, he pulled over straight away, which is awesome. Riding this bike without the steering damper for the first time, it feels very different. Super light and twitchy at the front. And I had the steering damper settings on about somewhere between 7 and 10 clicks. I think there's 15 clicks in total, something like that. So call it somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 on, which stiffens up the bike a lot, slows down the steering a lot, gets rid of all the wobbles. And now I'm on 0. Sounds great. Brakes, look at the brakes, boom, quick shifter. What a bike. This bike's got it all. BMW's had the best running gear, essentially. Like it's had the best braking, quick shifting, handling bikes, sports bikes for a long time now. And what a formula. What a formula. Yeah, the turn-in's great because no steering damper. It's really quite a different experience. Yeah, wow. Okay, so I might actually have the steering damper when I've got it on too tightly wound. Actually, I might bring it back to halfway, reattach it, bring it back to halfway. It's weird that it's come off though. That's so strange. It's almost like someone's been trying to sabotage me. Loving the SC Projects exhaust on this. It works on this. You know, people give me a hard time because I took the SC Projects off my Hyper. Didn't work on that. It just didn't work on that. Not like this. Like, it suits this bike. It gives this bike something it didn't have. It was too, the sound was too benign. It was too flat. It wakens, you know, it wakens it up, works it up, makes it awake, whatever the right grammar is. On this, it needs it, and the overrun, the pops and farts on the overrun are unreal. I described them as digital. I had a whole rant a few weeks ago about this bike being digital, And it is when you're in bumper to bumper slow moving traffic, and the pops and farts from the back are kind of like almost pre-planned and electronic. Once you warm it up, give it a bit of a kick up the backside, it becomes more organic and less digital. So in conservative mode, it's a digital bike and dependable, reliable, which is a strength in that environment. Out here on the faster flowing stuff, where you can have a bit more of a go, it's way more organic and analog. I've fallen back in love. BMW bliss, baby. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've fallen back in love all over again. We're going to renew our vows. XODAS strikes again, babies. Oh, so good, so good. Check it out. So look at that. Just, isn't it gorgeous? Like it gets the looks, and you can see why. It's just spectacular looking thing. The sergeant's seat. And here's the damper. Look at it. Just come off. Look, just floating in the breeze. Floating in the breeze. I wonder whether that is a result of it not fitting. Honestly, because look at that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty sus to me. Nothing else looks like it's out of order, but anyway, the Beamer. Check her out. What a stunning machine. Oh yeah, why wouldn't I fall back in love with you, you beautiful beast? Yeehaw, gesture's dead, let's go home. Ah yes. Anyway, I might just leave the video running. You guys can enjoy the ride home. Through the Australian forests, surrounded by gum trees and koala bears, and kangaroos, and bush turkeys. And the bush turkeys, they can't walk out in front of you. You be careful, they cross this road and they don't look left and right. They don't wait. They just blazingly walk across. I don't know what's going on in bush turkey school, but they need to pull their heads in before they get chopped off. And they're big bastards. So if you hit them, it ain't going to be pretty for anyone. Look at this guy. He's driving all over the road. Oh, what's wrong with people? What is he doing? I actually believe this guy's trying to drive faster here. I actually believe he's trying to drive that thing as fast as he can. I'm in second gear, going on a Sunday cruise. He is, he's going flat out. Oh, shitballs. Oh, that's kind of fun. Anyway, I went out to get bread and milk. That was my mission. And I've managed to find myself out here. So I need to get back with bread and milk. So this bike can literally do it all. You know, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to assure you all that I'm still in love with the Beamer, and in fact I'm falling deeply head over heels. I've been through my affairs with the V4s, and look, you know, those hot red Italians, and they're still awesome, but I'm now starting to understand truly, really where this Beamer fits, and it's got a special place in my heart. And it just goes to show the folly of these short reviews, when you know, test ride reviews. You got to own these things, and you got to own them through thick and through thin, good times and bad times, and truly understand through the highs and the lows the honest personality and character of these machines. And I believe that's what XODAS is all about, and I will bring you the highs and the lows and the ultimate conclusions. And my ultimate conclusion here is this thing is absolutely up there as a contender in my ultimate quest for the perfect bike. See you later. I love you, BMW. I love you. I love you. I love it. I'm in love again with my black machine in her tight black jeans. I'm in love again, like the olden days when we were best friends, and now we're back in love. Watch this hill hold, far out. My favourite feature on any motorcycle by far. More important than the engine, the brakes, the handling, the gearbox, the TFT, the electronics. Hill hold, #1 feature. Now just to prove that the Beamer MR does it all, I'm gonna get the bread and milk. Formula 1 pit stop, super fast. No juice. You got any bread? Okay. Should balance it like that. How are we gonna do this? Oh yeah, I've got a backpack. So I got for you today. This bike does it all. See you later.